All right, Brian, Indiana Creek Gold, the Rain Man. Without the rain. Nice and sunny. We're gonna do a little crevice in action. Oh, it's hot. Hot and toasty. Richard just brought me that coconut fish from Manawai T808. Greatly appreciated. That was a cool gift. But
got the cordless.
Yep, we're going to try to suck up some gold. So we shall return. All right, Richard's up doing a little rock hounding, I think. Every year we crevice down here. We call it flipping tiles, breaking slabs of this bedrock, these off. This stuff up here used to come way on out. Same way with this stuff, used to be out in here. You can see some of the stuff piled up from years past. A lot of the stuff's washed out of here. But I have the prototype RPE and then the bridge sluice RPE set up over there. What I'm going to do right now, Guardians of the Gold, crawdads, where they are, the gold is usually here. But I am going to shovel out this material right here up to that ledge, flip that back up, and we're going to split it between these two buckets, and we'll run them through the RPEs. I think I can break those pieces off with a shovel, and then we're going to get in here and clean this stuff up. So is my plan. So let me get to digging, and then we'll come on back and see where we're at. All right, show you what we're getting into. I'm trying not to drop my phone. It's really slick without that case. But there's a shell layer and then bedrock or solid shell, one of the two. You can sort of see it in there. See that real coarse black sand? You can see clay. This right here is clay. And then there's that soft shell that we're digging up. But there's a, look at that. There's a black sand layer, real coarse black sand sitting on top of that. So we've broke some of this off. Richard's doing a test pan. Let's take a look at that test pan. See if there's any gold in there.
Some lead. Oh yeah, look at this chunky piece. See that? Two big chunkers right there.
Oh yeah. That's what we're looking for.
A little bit of micro up in here.
Yeah, there's some in there. I see it, yeah.
And another piece right here. Get my hand out of the way. Oh yeah, it's floating.
Yep.
Get down there.
Not bad for a test pan.
Really good test pan.
Yeah, I would say there's I would think a little pay layer right there in that black coarse sand and that loose shell. So we're classifying for the RPE. Going to do some crevicing. I'm going to finish getting these buckets about half full or 2/3, and then go sit in the shade for a little bit. RPEs are in the shade. All right, we're on the next step of our journey. We got buckets to run through the RPE. Not very full, but that stuff's like mostly black sands, garnet sands. Did real good on that test pan of that black sand that's on top of the shell layer. He cleaned out a crack right here. Not so much, one little chunky piece and some flour gold. But this was sort of an open crack that, like Richard said, probably just got blew out all the time. Was very much dark sands or garnet sands in there, Richard? Yeah. So we have since busted all this bedrock right here, busted all those pieces loose right through there. There's a lot of loose material on here. And there's cracks. It's sandstone, but there's cracks in between the going way down, in between each one of these. And this crack went way down, and then there's pretty much a dam right here at the end of it, looks like. So we've cleaned some of these cracks out, I'm sure, before, but not these right here. I mean, obviously hadn't been slid out. Like I said, we slid more tiles, flip more tiles every year.
Big garnet. Really fine flower though. I just seen a little flake roll by.
There's a piece, right? It's right up in there. It was spun around.
Yeah.
It's floating really bad. We want chunkers. So I think what I want to do is get some clean water in our buckets. It's pretty nasty. And get some of this stuff in our buckets for our twin RPE sluice run. There's a lot of loose material in here. And then we can dump water in there and clean it out. Camo moon. Always working under a camo moon. Show you what we did here. Richard scooped up a couple hands full right there in that corner and did a test pan. And there were just flower gold, some small pieces. This right here, both of these cracks went down to sort of a dam on the end of each one of them. Well, you can see where that rock is set right there. So, and then we scooped up around in there. There's a lot of material under that, the slabs. So before we go any farther into cleaning anything up, this stuff up, all this stuff up, we're going to do another test pan or so. So he gets that stuff worked down, we'll come back and take a look. All right. Looks like there's a bit more heavies in this pan. I go sort of slow, that stuff floating away. Like I said, I watched that one go right to the top of the water and go whoosh. I think this water is like real super hard water or something. The reason it floats like that. Don't seem to float like that up the road.
Is that a chunky piece right there? You see it coming out? I'm swallowing.
Score. Indiana freaking Nuggets. Look at them.
That's a
chunker.
You gotta be a feeler.
That's a nugget.
Oh yeah, I can feel it. It's a feeler. That's a nice piece right there. And a couple little ones. That's a micro.
Yeah, that's a chunky piece. That's more. Oh yeah, there's a lot of smaller stuff.
A lot of flour. I'm kind of going the wrong way here, but
yeah, Yeah, so we need to get our material out is where it dammed up at the ends of those long cracks, I think. Sweet chunkers in the pan. Indiana boys on the gold. That small stuff in there. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, lunch break. And then we'll get to work. All right. Another chunker in the pan. I think it might have came out of that crack that me and Ron F cleaned out 2 or 3 years ago, or it could have just came out of Richard put a bunch of that loose shell in there that had a bunch of material, and then I took the shovel and scooped a bunch of material out of the end of that crack that me and Ron got a bunch of gold out of a couple years ago. But either way, there's a chunker in there. A little bit of flour gold and just that. So we'll take it. All right. Richard just said check this shit out. So another chunker. Boom. Not getting a bunch of gold, but we're getting nice gold. We'll deal with that. One of them pieces of every big pan.
In there. That crack.
Where we just pulled that piece of bedrock out.
Yep.
Was there a crack in there?
Yeah, I got in there and
yep. Score. All right, we're going to get dogs. All right. Got Denali and Millie down here with us now. Come on, you guys, we'll walk up the creek. Denali and Millie, the gold sniffing dog. It's just Richard D. It's all right. All right. We're on some gold. I think the next place I want to sink a hole with dredge is right here. Pretty much right around in between these two boulders.
very nice place.
All right. Richard just found another Indiana nugget. And I'll find a bunch of gold, but every big heaping pan will find a nice one. There's all that pile of that soft shell.
This is, instead of chunky, it's more of a flake up on top there.
Oh yeah, yep. Cool. All right. We've been finding gold. I just did a little bit of a test pan and it was micro gold. I slid 2 or 3 pieces out right here and scraped it all down as good as I could with a trowel. It still needs wetted down, and these cracks cleaned. Actually, this would probably break out of there, but yeah, cleaned all that stuff out, cleaned that out right there, cleaned some material out of right there, broke a piece off right there. Well, you can see where we flaked it off, and there's a bunch of material stuck under it, same above it. This had a big piece of this bedrock sandstone on top of it with a gap about that big around the edge, which formed a dam right there because the rock was shaped like that. So a lot of material, there's a little hole right there. So we just threw that in on top of this. So we're going to go over, and I'm going to put a lid on a bucket so I can set my ass down for a little bit. And we're going to do an RPE run. Dogs are happy, happy, happy. All right. There's some bigger rocks in here that are sort of screwing me up, along with the dog. But other than the big rocks washing the gold out, I think it's running pretty good. We don't have premium or optimal water flow, but you can see how I have these rocks, inch or so, see, over, and it makes a little vortex down, blowing down through there. We can see that, and it breaks the material up pretty good. So we have the prototype RPE out today, long tom, bridge sluice set up for Richard. Bunch of pieces of that let that stuff work down the side there. But from what we're seeing on the test pans, there ought to be pretty good gold in both these buckets. Like I said, and we scooped up some more where we busted that bedrock apart. So we'll let it work nice and slow. We've been finding one nice flake or a little chunker just about every good pan. Like I said, in some micro gold. Richard's over there sucking stuff up with his little hand dredge deal. You know, I'm sitting here a little bit trying to guard the sluice some from the dogs also. We get down through this top stuff where I was just scraping it off with the trowel. It'll be more classified material. Working slow, but that's not a bad thing. Especially, like I said, there's probably some micro gold. I think there's a chunker right there. Chunker in the RPE, a couple of them. Yeah. Yeah. That, off the back of that bedrock where we busted those shell pieces off, and it's just solid layer, what, a ½ inch thick of coarse black sands right there for 4 foot or so. So, yeah. Chunkers in the RPE. Cool deal. Let's run this stuff down, and yeah, we'll come back. There's some gold in there. Denali's chasing a school of minnows around in this deep water trying to catch them. Both of them at one time or another have stomped on both the sluices. All the gold that was in the top of this one disappeared. Back, D. Go.
I actually seen a little chunker in there. And
there was several up on the top of this, but we got the big one. Get back, D. We guys need to stay at the house when we're running the sluices. This happened to me last time I was down here. I was down here by myself that day and was just letting all the material blow out and getting ready to clean out, and they ran across it, and half the material was gone out of the sluice, period. So
go get back.
Get back, D. Makes it more exciting. You guys are coming when we're dredging and high banking. See you luck. Richard don't have premium flow, so we increase turbulence about like we did on over here. All right, there's a little bit of gold in there. Piece or two. The leaves are starting to come down the creek. I had a few leaves wash through. 'Tis the season. The prototype RPE. Working that material. Look at that. Somehow pretty much got it level. Might be damp dropping out a little bit over there, but all the riffles seem to be evenly loaded. Denali, get! I just had big minute go shooting down your sluice. Millie, I know you like gold. You gotta be careful. All right, we'll be back. One of these dogs will end up knocking my phone out of my hand. All right, here's what we got going on. Busting more Indiana bedrock for gold. And we ran everything. Ran into about every kind of material you can get into in Indiana. You can see all this stuff that we've flaked off, moved that big piece over. You can see cleaned off underneath it. Another piece up there. This right here, moved several pieces of bedrock out of the way through here. There was a smaller piece sitting here. There was an inch, half, 3/4 of an inch in places layer. There was sand, rocks, and then a layer of real coarse black sands on top of this soft shell, this crumbly shell, all down through here. Over there is soft blue gray clay. We cleaned off some grass roots that was growing in clay that I could make an ashtray out of. But there's a lot of material in here, prime material. There's a hole over there. Richard got all that cleaned out. These pieces here, got them out of the way. I'm stacked up over here. All that stuff right there, flaked off, and cleaned all this off right here. Flipping tiles. Flipping tiles, as little brother Vendetta called it. A lot of places, like I said, had dams. There was a lot of material out here we cleaned up. I cleaned that up. Still could be wetted down. Cracks cleaned out here. But dog's been stomping through the RPEs. But we keep replenishing a few chunkers up in the top. So I'm going to set my phone down over here. It is not safe running it out there with the dogs. And we're going to finish running this down and then see where we're at. Appreciate you following along. All right. We have pulled the Long Tom prototype RPE. And I guess we'll see better in the shade. There's a piece. Went in there. But yeah. Definitely some chunky gold up there. And There's plenty of it up there. That's a nice chunky piece right there. There was some up there before and the dog stomped it, but I'm sure we caught it. So I'm gonna get this cleaned off into a bucket. By golly. And yeah, clean up to come. All right, I just saved like the top 5 riffles and what was up and the indicators there. So there's a bunch of pieces of lead in here. Watch this side. There's a lot of garnets in. There's a piece right there sliding down. There's micro gold popping through right there. Look.
Yep.
More going down the pan right there. Piece just popped through right there. Let's see what's up on this side.
That's a nice piece right there.
They're weird pieces of lead.
Like worn down sinkers.
Yeah. Maybe they just sat there and rolled and rolled. I don't know. Maybe somebody that knows more about it than us can tell us. Piece of jasper and a garnet. Look at there. It's starting to pop through now.
There's that washer.
Big score. I don't see any giant chunkers yet.
Maybe we'll move that washer out of the way for you.
Yeah. Put them other big rocks out of there. I think that's shot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Lead
it's
shot. Unearthed some gold there.
Oh yeah, it's all up in here.
Fine gold loading up in the corner there. That's what we're talking about.
That's all gold. I mean, mixed in with a lot of fine. Nice.
Orange, gold, few shiny pieces in there. I think you got some bigger chunkers though. Doing those, clean those cracks out. Awesome. And I'm sure there's probably some more down the bottom of the sluice thanks to the dogs. Oh, Millie gets excited. Millie, gold sniffing dog, can't contain herself. And Denali was chasing schools of minnows around, scooping them up, eating them. So yeah, she's getting her protein, fish oil. Nice day crevice busting bedrock, sluicing. Yeah, I bet Richard probably just got some gold. He cleaned that crack out that me and Ron got a bunch of gold out of years ago. But yeah, there's gold all over in this pan. All right, I'm running out of time on my phone. I've only got 11 minutes of recording time, so I guess I better call it quits. We get all the dogs rounded up. Well, I guess they're rounded up, but keep them rounded up. They have a tendency to wander, which is cool. They go upstream. The doctor don't care. It's cool. We run the dredge up there one day at the vault and all that cobble. But until then, me and Rain Man might poke around here a little bit more. I think I'm going to take a bucket of material up to the house from down the staging area. But yeah, we're going to play a little more, and we'll see you all in the next one. This should be up Tuesday night, so you watch old Dylan Miller after this one, and we should have had our hex pan drawing. I'm probably going to do it in the morning, so that's probably a done deal. If it's not, you stick around on this video and it will be after this, but I'm going to try to get up Tuesday morning and then have a regular premiere. But y'all take care and be looking for Banshee Prospecting Yuba 2024 crevicing material video coming up. It should be before this, so I'm going to try to post it up tonight. But me and Rain Man's going to poke around a little bit, clean up, go get some food and some coffee up at the cabin, and we'll be seeing you. Camo Moon signing out. Indiana Creek Gold, the Rain Man. Did you get that sucked up yet, Richard?
About ready to want.
Some chunky Indiana Gold, busting Bedrock.